What up? What up? What up? It's your boy, Coach Funk, and this is the Emerald Circle Live. Same day, same time. Not to motivate, to install structure. Today isn't about what you want to be, it's who you are operating as right now. We're going to jump right into it on Super Bowl Sunday. And you know what the best topic is? Let's talk about these systems, all right? So if you made it in here today, salute. If you're watching this on a replay, salute. I get it. It's Super Bowl Sunday, right? However, confusion and make everything run smoother, right? So when you have a system in place, we're not guessing anymore. And I can only speak about me right now and people close around me. So, I was guessing of when they're going to, and that's just being confused with nothing structured in place, right? So systems is very important for whatever it is you're looking to do. All right. Yes, your next step. Yes, your next step. Guys, no forgetting a step, or I forgot to post on social media, or I have to create this next step. So it's no forgetting it's no forgetting and even with our JOBs, right? They had a system to teach us. The teachers had a system to perform their job. Me currently in my workspace, I have a system in place that makes my job more efficient for my business that I'm running. I'm sorry, the business that's employing me. So if everyone else has a system for something, right? Whether it's business, whether it's business, whether it's just working out, we need some even when you're tired. And that's key, right? Because we don't feel like doing things all the time, right? I know. Um, it's a lot easier to have a system in place and for us to follow through or to say, you know what, all I got to do is commit this hour to putting in this data so my system is in place for the next 6 days or 7 days, however long you program your system to do whatever function you're looking to do, right? It just makes the whole process easier wherever you at. I just need you to just think about, you know, when it when your particular situation was the most chaotic, right? Was it with systems in place, systems not in place? Were you just guessing, living day by day? Only you know that answer, right? So the key is the system. So the conflict, when you don't have systems, everything gets messy. Chaos becomes the boss, and you end up reacting instead of leading. Um, Man, that's deep. I'm going to read that one more time. All right. When you don't have systems, everything gets messy. Chaos becomes the boss, and you end up reacting instead of leading. So, man, I just remember a few years ago when I was building this thing, HGF, and I really didn't have no system in place. We have to go through the journey to see what worked and what didn't work in order to tweak it, right? I just feel like my journey was my journey, and it just takes being around the right people, hearing the right message, and giving us a kick in the butt, right? Because ultimately, it's or figure out what systems we need to place in order to help us, right? Because if certain things is not in place. So again, when you don't have systems, everything gets messy. Chaos becomes the boss, and you end up reacting instead of leading. What's going on, Lightning? What's going on, sis? Hopefully, you're getting something out of this so far. We still got a little ways to go, but let's keep diving into it. All right. What's going on, dog? So, no systems equals random variables. Think about what you're trying to do right now, right? And look at what you have in place and what is your output, right? Do you have random results? Do you have a system in place? Do you even know what it is you want to do with whatever you're doing, right? Right. So before we get to that system, we really have to kind of figure out some type of path, figure it out, right? And put some type of system in place because, you know, whatever it is, if it's a game, you have to practice. If it's working out, you got to practice. We have to work and make the ends, the ends meet, bake those donuts and pay for worldly things before we can invest in ourselves and our business and take care of our family, right? So that's part of our system. Now, how can we implement things in between those times with the small amount of time we have to make it meaningful, right? So problems pile up because nothing is organized and repeatable. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. When we have problems, why why do they happen over and over and over again? Because we haven't put something in place to rectify that problem, whether it's posting daily. Before I learned how to tweak and use certain tools currently now, I had to physically go in every day and post and create um, images, with no system. That became tiresome. That burnt me out, right? And it's been what? I want to say I've been doing this 6 weeks. So it's been about 2.5, 3 months when I start truly working on my system. And the first thing that I implemented was the system to do a weekly live and post at least one piece of content um, a day, Monday through Friday. And I'm able to schedule those, right? Um, just being transparent. I do schedule them on one platform, then I take them from one platform and schedule them different places because I like the assets that they give me, right? However, I've been doing that in the morning around 9:30, 10 every morning. Once it posts, I take the asset and I put it on IG and I place it on X and Discord, right? But that's still manual. So I've been trying to figure out what's the next step to do it all. So on IG, just going through the system and working through it, they gave me my statistics saying that the best time to post on IG is around 6 to 9 p.m. But I get my signal at 9:30. So instead of posting um in the morning, what I could do is I could still take that signal that I get and schedule those to go out between 6 and 9:30 in the evening, right? Or I can just, yeah, I'm gonna have to do that because I like the assets that's produced every morning. So that's my only thing. The only other way I could get away from that system or get around that system is actually schedule them the same day I schedule on Sundays or Saturdays. However, I won't have the video asset. So that's my dilemma. But that's a good dilemma to have, right? Because honestly, one time a day, I only have to take what 2 minutes to copy and paste assets and schedule it for a later time. So that system is in place even if I'm on the road. It's not stressful. I know what to expect, right? Because I was able to explain that live to you right now. Me just thinking, right? So I either have to do A or B compared to being cluttered and not have any direction. And the reason is that because I start creating a system and I'm working on that system, right? So just because I'm saying system, 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 ladies and gentlemen, I don't expect you to go out there and just create bulletproof system. I didn't do that. What I'm trying to do is to have you think about what you have in place, listening to what I'm going over on these lives to give you something to even just say, hey, if I implement just one thing or do some research on this and see value in it, how can I get back some of my time? Right? Because that's what it's all about. We are here to find one, a way to make more money. Two, I hear you, dog. Systems. I'm working with you, bro. Two, um, find more time to do what we love and not feel as pressure, right? So systems, I really believe helps because everything that we are part of, everything that's structured has some type of system. But do you have a system? What's your go-to system? All right. So, excuse me. Chaos drains your time, energy, and confidence. Chaos. And chaos is comes from not having something structured. But chaos is a drainer, right? It's just one of those energies that drain you. It drains your time because now you don't know what to do, and next thing you know, you look up, you're worried and you're thinking, you're trying to figure it out, and 2 hours go past, right? Energy. It takes energy. We we how can I say this? We give our energy to unnecessary things, right? Just by being unprepared, it takes more energy to get prepared, right? Because once you're not prepared, you don't know what to expect. So you go in blind. But if you have something that you've been working on, like me, I've been working on this live every Sunday for 6 weeks, counting today. I'm tweaking some things and I'm seeing what's work, right? What works. And I'm also receiving feedback from those who show up. Maybe not in the comments, maybe in the private messages that I've got from some saying that I've been thinking about these things and I haven't thought about these things, but these are the types of things that I've needed to hear so I can reflect on those, right? So understanding what's needed to help our situations gives us confidence. Being around those who speak the same language that we do, maybe not in the same industry, but on the same journey in their own way, breeds confidence, right? So again, chaos drains your time, energy, and confidence. We have to be the gatekeepers of our time, energy, and confidence. And that container is systems, right? As your system builds out, those three will increase. You will have more time, you'll have more energy, and you'll have more confidence, right? Is this you? It's me. I'm working on that. Even on my confidence, I'm just being transparent. I'm just doing it in front of you. If this doesn't inspire someone, nothing will. So here's the rule: you grow when your system stays constant and you learn from your feedback. That's how you scale every time. I'm learning from my system. I'm learning what needs to be implemented. I'm learning when it works. I need to add another piece to my system to expand. So the system that I'm talking about is just the base system from the live, right? I'm showing up every week. I'm using the system within this live system to build confidence by posting Monday through Friday and showing up and being prepared, right? But that's just part of the system. Right now, it's time to add. When it's time to add, not to say I'm adding to the live. It might be adding um, another piece of content throughout the week, right? It might be adding a some type of collab. It's not adding to this system per se. It's adding to the overall, my overall system. Just feeding. This is just one part. I'm trying to be clear, right? This is just one part of my system, but I can only work on one part at a time. Once I have this down pat, I can add one more part to my system and move forward. So it's not how fast you build your system, it's how efficient you build your system and create habits to allow you to stay consistent within your system built. Correct. Different branches and different from the same tree. Now in tree, yeah, in the trees. Correct. I feel you. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to correct you, my dude. But yes, different branches from the tree. Yes. All right. So consistency beats trying hard once in a while. For those that's been here, 2, 3, 4, you see I'm being consistent, right? I'm going to continue to be consistent. That's my challenge to myself. Be as consistent with this live and add on as I can in 2026 and see where the brand and the business goes from there, right? Who I attract to me, who I attract to be able to do business ventures with, collabs, or just attract to grow new friendships, right? But that's my challenge, and I'm saying that live on these videos, and I'm gonna continue to show up. And if I don't show up, hold me accountable. So this is part of my system learning, and hopefully this will be a part of your system learning from me, right? Feedback loops help you improve faster because the system teaches you. How else would you be able to learn, right? Who else will be able to teach you if you're not doing it, right? So a system will show you if you're consistent. Me personally, all I got to do is go and look on my social media feeds, look on my Substack, look on my Instagram, look on my X, look at my Discord, and see, have I been consistent Monday through Friday. Then pull up my YouTube live videos and see if I have how many episodes I have, right? Are they are they 7 days apart? It's ways that you could use your system to show you and teach you about yourself. Scaling happens when your process stays strong, even as your workload grows, right? Scaling happens when your process stays strong, even as your workload grows. Only way you could scale is when your system is working, right? If your system is working, you will see increase. With me, um, what I've been really looking for is how if I'm gaining subscribers weekly. I'm not saying how many or if I gained 1,000. I'm looking to see if I'm gaining at least 1 to 5 subscribers a week. That's showing me momentum because if they found my one of my videos somewhere, they subscribe. This channel is only for the last 6 weeks has only really been pulling out this type of content, right? So if someone subscribed to my channel, it's because they've found value. Now, is it as many as I like? No, but that's where I'm at now. It could be none, right? If it was no subscribers per week, that would show me my system isn't working. Now I have to figure out to continue to be consistent and see what else I could put in there in the system to help that number tick up a little bit per week, right? So, but to be completely honest, the system is working. I'm adding subscribers to my YouTube channel weekly. So, let's think about the shift. Stop thinking in single tasks. Start thinking in framework. Systems win because they repeat. Think in patterns, not in one-off actions, right? So this Emerald Circle Live was built upon patterns. Posting Monday through Friday and ending off or starting the week off with an Emerald Circle Live patterns, right? Not one-offs. I didn't just do one live and then do another one for another 5 weeks, right? So we have to create patterns. So let's create patterns, not one-off actions. A framework saves you from rebuilding the same thing every week. This framework, and again, just look at what I'm using as an example as this live, this system as the example, right? This Emerald Circle Live framework saves me from rebuilding the same thing every week. I don't have to rebuild this every week. I just have to plug and play the topic. That's less time, energy that I have to that I have for myself to do for whatever I want, right? So the framework systems reduce decision fatigue and free up your mind. If you have a system in place, it's and you know it's going to happen or it's needed to be done once a week, that reduces your decisions. You know what you have to do on that particular day, right? If you set up your system in a way, you can. I don't know. Some of y'all won't be able to do what I'm doing, right? But you could create your own system. But you can create your own system that reduces your decision fatigue. Whether it's creating content or titles for the first quarter or the second quarter, get that out the way. Whatever it is, your system is. what you want in place. If you want less decision making, create a system that frees you up from that. AI is the best tool out there right now, right? But we have to free up our mind. We have to stop overthinking things, right? Systems are meant to be in place to give us freedom, to give us a clear path of whatever we're trying to do and the outcome. So definitely, definitely we have to shift our logic. Where I'm at, let me see. So system cleanse, right? We need to cut the dead weight, delete the steps that slow you down, remove anything you keep fixing over and over and over again. It's time to cut the dead weight. If it's not working, if you put it in the system, and it's just, if I would have looked at my stats and saw that I'm losing subscribers, that would have been a red flag, right? So I would have had to look at what's causing that. Maybe it's the titles, maybe it's the topics. I don't know. Um, but we have to cut the dead weight. Delete the steps that's slowing you down. If it's causing you to, give more energy than you would like, find a way to set it up in a system. You know, I have sis. I call her sis. I'm proud to shout out to her. She's in one of our private chats, and over the last 2 weeks, we've been talking about this in our personal chat. Me, her, and Dondi. And for the last week, it might be longer than that, that she's been consistently posting a YouTube video daily. And from her talking to us, I know she's put some type of system in place, even when it's coming to modifying photos and things of that nature, right? Just on the amount of time it takes her to do it now, you know, that's not, she's saving time. She has found a system or learned how to do it. She's experiencing more time freedom now, right? Even though even though life is still lifing, right? However, our goal and what makes it more satisfying is when we do it and we do create some type of it don't have to be big, ladies and gentlemen. Your first system could just help you, save 30 minutes a day. But you know what? 30 minutes a day for 7 days, that's what? That's 3.5 hours that you could possibly use for something up or something else. And you said, yep, had to do a system. I was spinning out of control. Um, yeah, I was the same way. And that's why something small like that, it shows you the light. It shows you what couldn't be if you just continue. So I had to say I'm proud of you, sis, and keep pushing. We all in this together. All right. And let me see. Remove steps that don't add value, right? We do stuff sometimes just to do it. And it's just time, wasters. It don't even add value to what we're doing, but we like doing it, right? But it's actually doing more harm than it is helping. So look within your process, your system, or whatever you create in the future. And if it's not adding any value, remove it. Remove manual work with tools, templates, and automation. Like I said, posting, au- automation, creating images for social media text. I'm sorry, social media photos, creating videos for social media. I'm replacing that with AI tools, templates, prompts and automation. I'm, for the most part, is running my own business, my own entity, my own brand, right? I don't have enough money or the budget currently to hire people to do it for me, right? And I sure enough don't have enough money to do it all by myself and still have a life and get some type of rest, right? I tried that, doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I mean, it catches up to you, right? So plus we're doing it to free up our time. So replace manual work with tools. Find tools that will help you. Find templates, prompts, or automation that will help you free up your time. A clean system is easy to run, teach, and scale. A clean system is easy to run, teach, and scale. I'm documenting this, right? For my journey, season 6, I'm talking about things and showing you those who may look back in the future and say, you know what? I don't know where to start. I'm scared to, start my own YouTube video or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I can say, go look back in January 1st or 4th, my first Emerald City Live. Don't get me wrong, I've done videos before, but just look at the gradual progression in each video. I know it happens, right? We just get comfortable. That's just what we do as human. If you're consistently doing something, every week you're going to get better, even if it's just a smidget, 1%. I'm confident and know I'm better than I was last week just with talking to you, right? In general. And that's life. Like once you do something over and over and over, you get better. Just a little bit every time. So you start feeling more confident, right? So I encourage you to push, continue to build what you're trying to build, even if you don't know what it is you're trying to build. Write some notes. AI is free. Talk to AI. I have a template that I created, a prompt that I created to ask you about the brand you want to build. If you want me to let you test it out, I'm looking for about 10 testers on this prompt as well. But yeah, you know, you have to start from somewhere, right? And just remember, a clean system is easier to run, teach, and scale. And warning, we all go down a rabbit hole. We try to overdo some things. We try to add too much. Adding too much will um will not stress, but it will definitely wear you out. Start small. Like I said, I started with a base concept and I'm adding more later. Even though I want to add on like 18 different things right now, I'm not doing it because we have to see what works with the foundation first. All right. So here's some action. Start wrapping this up. Your system is ready. Now it needs you to run it. No hesitation, just execute. So you need a system. A system only works when you actually use it, right? Start small and actually use it for 30 days. It might be I want to post something. Figure if you want to post on X, if you want to create something that here it is. My suggestion rather is if you don't know where to start talking to Chat GPT. Ask them questions. Ask them where can you start or what should you do. That's the best suggestion I could give you. That's what I started doing, right? I started talking to AI to start coming up with ideas that I could possibly implement. um, and it's free. You don't have to upgrade to have these types of conversations with free AI. So, um, another point I want to make sure you remember is execution builds trust in the process. I just talked about that actually. I'm confident enough. I'm confident in myself and with the journey to know that I'm a little bit better than I was last week and 2 weeks and 3 weeks ago, right? So execution builds trust in the process. When I saw those, new subscribers um, weekly, that built trust with this process, right? So yeah, continue to push, even if it's small momentum. It's momentum, and you wouldn't have received it if you didn't start. So it's a journey. Ride and go along this journey and learn from it. Learn from about yourself. Because that's what it's really about, right? We're learning about ourself. I'm asking you to start thinking about putting in a system that works for you. But if you don't know yourself, how can you how will you be able to do that? So momentum comes from doing the reps, not waiting for perfect timing. Definitely. I mean, I'm doing the reps. I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm just speaking facts, right? And I'm learning from them. I'm getting more confidence from it. I'm seeing what I can add here on top of it, right? I know I'm going to show up every Sunday, even on Super Bowl Sunday, because this is what I want, right? I want to learn more. I want to learn how to be able to have one system and I could just push a button every day and I could just see that my bank account just gradually grow, right? Not to say I won't be doing things here to build it, but what I'm saying is to have a set system like I have a set system at my 9 to 5 in place for my project, my build, and know that I'm able to scale and make money is what I'm trying to do, right? I'm just reading the comments now. It says, that's how I stopped just doing stuff just for the sake of being busy. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes it's hard to hear, right? Sometimes we're just doing stuff for the sake of being busy and it's not helping us. We're just conditioned to do it, and it takes time to break out of. I can honestly say that, right? But I do have a toolkit. As you know, these are the tools. We got trackers and automation, scripts, templates. You can use them so the system works even when your energy dips. But again, they're only in the HGF Creators Hub. It was dropped at 8 p.m. I set that scheduled rather to drop. So if you in there, you can go in there and it's episode 6 add-ons. And these tools will help with your system, how it runs, talk about autopilot, automation reduces the mistakes and saves time. And, templates keep your output consistent and professional, right? So there's a couple things that I put in there that I find that it should help. You work and come up with ideas of what could possibly help you create your own system. And I'm just reading over this, see if I missed anything. So remember though, all right, your system isn't solo. Think it with the team so everything moves in one direction. Unified systems create unified results. Now I will say that um, depending on who you surround yourself with currently now, you might not be building the same type of system, right? But they're similar, right? Because you're looking to build a system that's tailored to you that will help you get more time, energy, and confidence. And we all doing the same thing. It's just what we're building it with. So sometimes just being around people that's doing the same thing that you're doing helps a lot. I kind of look at this as the same as possibly a vision board, right? I've been a part of a few vision board parties and things of that nature. We all make vision boards for our vision for the future. We don't have the same type of system, but we could all have a vision for the better of our individual selves. And being around individuals like that motivates you, right? So thank you for spending the last 40 minutes with me rambling, bumping my gums on how important systems are rather. I hope that you found value in today's show. And if you feel the signal, definitely look in the description and click on the link. Join us in the free tier. Only 50 spots left. Actually, out of 50 spots, there's only 34 spots left out of the free tier. Then we're going to start into the membership tier, the paid membership tier. However, um, I would love for you to join the free tier if you're not in there now. Get in early, become a founder, give me feedback, give me some topics that we should cover in some of the shows moving forward. Um, yeah, thank you. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a blessed rest of your evening. This has been the Emerald Circle Live, and I'll see you next week. Peace.